Hello.
Hey, we're back again because it's the 5th episode. Did I say that 5 times?
Back again.
Back
I don't
again.
know.
Purr.
Hey everyone, welcome back. This is our 5th episode.
Can you believe?
We've been going strong.
That's kind of
Do you believe?
Honestly, no.
I know you don't. Maddie has been doubting us from the beginning, but
No,
we're here.
never doubting.
Yeah,
Never doubting.
just me.
I'm so excited.
I know. Well, anyways, welcome back to our viewing party. If you haven't guessed, this week it is Valentine's Day themed. I know, with my Valentine's Day
With
glasses.
little glasses and our pink.
And our pink.
We love a theme.
Yeah. And today we have a really special guest. My sister.
Ariana Alvarez.
Hello.
Are you happy to be here, Miss Thing?
I feel like I'm going to be a giggle girl this entire time.
That's what this whole thing is.
Okay, great. I feel like I should apologize in advance because I'm already like giggling.
No, we
giggle-
celebrate.
Yeah, we giggle all the time.
We celebrate the giggle.
Sorry.
And I feel so welcome.
That's literally what we do. We just giggle about movies.
Yeah.
perfect.
So it's a
Well,
perfect
welcome,
intro.
giggle girls.
Just 3 giggling ladies.
Yes.
Miss Girl over here. She's Giggletons.
Giggletons?
Yeah, Miss Giggletons. Welcome to the
Her.
stage.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about love, it should make you giggle, and if it doesn't, you shouldn't be with him. You know.
Oh, period. Okay.
Her.
So let's start with
starting
that.
off.
I love that.
Okay, I'm also going to take these glasses off because I can only see in pink with these glasses.
I love that
Come on,
rose-colored
I was
lens.
just gonna say.
Rose color.
I love
So
that.
we have, we're doing your favorite movie today,
Mhm.
right?
Favorite movie.
Which is very time appropriate since we are in the month
Yes.
of February. We're doing
Mhm.
rom-coms this month.
wow.
So we thought it would be a great idea to do
Valentine's Day.
Yay! Oh, there it is.
Oh,
with a star-studded
Oh
cast.
my gosh, this movie is so iconic. Like I remember when this movie came out, because I was like, this movie came out in
It was a
2010.
good era.
Wow.
2010. That's a long time ago. I was 14, so I was like, oh, I lived.
Yes.
It's such a time capsule. I feel.
It really is.
Yeah.
So I was graduating high school in 2010.
Work.
And this movie changed my life. It is my most watched movie.
Really?
It's my favorite movie. It's also really like embarrassing because when you like work as an actor, people ask you what's your favorite movie, or you go into an audition and they're like, "What's your favorite movie?" And you feel like you have to like answer with a deep movie.
Everyone's
but
like
I
Pulp
can't.
Fiction.
Yeah, like
and,
I can't lie.
Yeah.
So I giggle. As one does, and I say it's Valentine's Day with no shame. So
I love that.
yeah,
because
it's so
that's
good.
like our whole thing. Our whole thing is that we're not here to like criticize, because I've said so many times we're not qualified to criticize. You know,
Ooh,
we're
that's
just here to
good.
celebrate, and like it is your favorite movie, and that's your truth, and we live.
Come on, it is my truth. And
Yes.
also it's a representation of the kind of work that I love. Garry Marshall, the director, which rest in peace, he passed
I
away.
know.
But that was always my dream director to work with
Mm-hmm.
because his movies are just full of life. They're so happy. You feel good during it, at the end of it. So I stand on the fact that it's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
I
No
love
shame.
that.
Period.
Mhm.
And we always like to ask our guests 2 questions, or well, 1 question, but 2 answers.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite movie snack? And you get an at-home answer, and you get an in-theater answer.
At home, ice cream, easy.
What kind of ice cream?
Ooh,
Or are you not picky?
I'm not picky.
Ooh.
Just ice cream.
You
What?
Valentine's Day.
What?
Oh my god! Oh my
The
gosh!
Love Potion
Love
39.
Potion 39.
Oh, we have to get it from Baskin Robbins.
Oh my gosh.
You guys, okay,
Okay,
so-
you have to tell them.
Yeah, so Baskin Robbins has their Valentine's Day flavor is so good, and like we went
literally
to
got a pint.
yes,
Uh-huh.
we went 2 days in a row once to get it.
Yes.
Oh, it's so
And
good.
We had it at your house, and you were like, "Is that Love Potion 39?"
Yes.
Love Potion 31.
31.
31.
Is it 31? 'Cause 31.
I think this is the song 39.
I don't know.
Love Potion 30.
I don't even know if there's a number, but you have to get it. Go support Baskin Robbins this month.
Her.
It is so good. Yeah, actually, that is the perfect ice cream to watch Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yep.
Oh.
And then at the theater, it's good old buttered popcorn.
Oh yeah.
And you butter up your
And I
popcorn.
butter it up.
You butter up.
And your tummy's gonna hurt by the end of it. But
But you just like relinquish yourself
it's
to that.
the price you pay, and it's okay.
Period.
It's okay.
I love that.
We shouldn't be afraid of butter.
No.
I mean, I prefer grass-fed, but they don't have that at the theater. I should start bringing my own, honestly.
Yeah.
That would be kind of iconic. Like, like
Is
those
this
butter
organic?
bells?
Is this organic?
Have you seen those butter bells that people have?
No.
Okay, well, it's a way to store butter where it like you like put water and it's in a little bell. You just take your little butter bell.
I
just
could totally see my
bringing-
sister
I
bringing
could
that.
too. You with your Spindrift and you with your
Your
your organic popcorn
butter.
butter.
I love
Slay.
it. Amazing. Well, should we get into it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this movie has a lot going on in the
Yes.
best way, obviously.
Right.
But
Bear with us.
bear with us.
Because everybody that's ever acted in ever at all times is in this movie. This movie is truly everything everywhere all at once. So like, yeah, there's a lot to say.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we start off this movie with the opening. It's all of these beautiful like shots of LA.
Mhm.
We have the narrator comes in with his like sexy voice, and he's like,
Oh yeah.
"It's Valentine's Day, ladies."
Which is how I feel with this microphone.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a smooth jazz
morning,
Yeah.
Angelinos.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure is what he says.
Yes.
The soundtrack is everything. Starts off with a banger. Every Valentine's Day, I wake up and put the soundtrack on all
That's so
day. So
cute.
the movie just starts strong.
The hey, oh, we
Run
run today.
away.
I'll be right
It's just
another
so
way.
good.
I remember putting that song on my iPod.
Yeah.
iPod.
With a pink little. I had a pink one.
I had a green one.
word.
Cute. Pink goes good with green.
Wicked.
Work.
So then the first shot that we get is Ashton Kutcher. I can only say Ashton Kutcher because of Easy A. But Ashton Kutcher
Future.
and Jessica Alba, and they're like asleep, and then Ashton wakes her up, and then the way she wakes up and goes, "Hey," it was kind of weird. Did you know what I'm talking
yeah, I
about?
wanted to say something, but I feel like I shouldn't say it.
What were you gonna say?
No, well, I'll tell you after.
Okay.
A reference to someone from school. Hey.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know. Well,
Yeah.
off mic. So then Ashton basically is gonna propose.
He
or
does
Does
propose.
He does.
Also, like, interesting choice.
Well, I
Yeah.
literally put in my notes, we knew we couldn't trust Jessica Alba's character by how fake her blonde hair looked. It's just like they went. Wait, am I not allowed to say honestly?
No, you are. That's
It's
hilarious.
just like immediately, right? We're not judging Jessica. She's literally
She's
gorgeous.
gorge.
Like I love her. But like as far as
Oh my
if we're
God,
doing
she read her
character
down.
analysis, like immediately I said we cannot trust this girl, Ashton. Like he's
She needs some-
organic,
yeah.
hippie Venice boy, like works at the flower shop. Like that was not his girl. And
Me
we
over here with my
know.
bleached AF hair.
No, your hair's perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Her hair, it just didn't work.
Wow.
Oh
she
my God.
said,
And her giggle. I said, and her giggle. But honestly, we
Oh,
celebrate
yeah.
giggles here, so I should have erased that.
It's her
But like,
Blackberry for
but
me,
it was like a
too.
fake giggle. You know, like it just wasn't.
there's
it
nothing
wasn't the right
genuine
match.
about the character.
Yeah.
And
That's how I felt.
Ashton was genuine.
Yes, you
Yes.
fall in love with him immediately, so you feel so bad for him because you know from the start this was not the right match.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she very unenthusiastically says yes.
I don't even think they catch her saying yes. He just puts the ring on her, and she's like,
Oh, yeah.
"Ah."
Yeah.
But then he runs out and in the sweetest way goes, "She said yes," and is like
Aw.
screaming, running through LA at this really cute condo with this bridge. Do you know where? Because you lived in LA.
Oh yeah, I did. 10 years.
10 years.
10
in LA.
years.
Isn't it
Native.
Venice?
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's in the like Venice canals
Yeah.
area.
Oh.
Mhm.
Okay.
Which I'm like, what does she do for a living? What does I mean? He's a florist. I can't imagine
Yeah.
they're that loaded.
Yeah, I don't. I
Oh my
really don't know.
God.
I
But he
love
says
it.
yes, and then we introduce George Lopez.
Mhm.
There's something warm about
Love.
him.
Because
There
you would wake up at
is.
3 a.m. and see him on your TV.
Yes.
Right?
Anytime you
Yeah.
couldn't
So
sleep.
true.
Those were the golden ages.
He was
Yeah.
there.
He was there on the
He was
trampoline.
there.
And I love that he's surprised that he said it's so sad because everyone is surprised that she like said yes.
Yeah. Like
Right.
that should have been your red
I
flag.
know, That is
Yeah.
a red flag.
And so then they're like they're florists, right? Like he
Mhm.
owns the florist shop,
Well,
flower
yeah,
shop.
Flower shop.
And it's Valentine's Day, so obviously it's gonna be busy. It's giving like
popping
Black
off.
Friday, like
It
which
is.
like I feel like my worst nightmare would be to be at a florist on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, except that florist because it's like
like,
fun, like the
magical.
little moments.
Yeah.
Also, can we just take a moment to talk about the fact that they do such a good job showing LA? Like from the beginning, like after she said yes, the fountains start going off all over
yes.
LA. Like those moments are so iconic.
Mhm.
They really make LA look so dreamy in films.
That's
And then you
true.
live there and you're like, it doesn't look like that. But Valentine's Day makes it beautiful.
It does. It does. It romanticizes it.
Yes.
And then they almost hit the guy from Criminal Minds.
Oh,
In the car, I was like,
he's like,
"That guy's
turn on your
from
blinker.
Okay.
And then Jamie Foxx works at a weather channel, and I just have to comment on the tap dancing weather woman.
I said that girl is weaponizing her BFA. Like, hello.
Said, I do musical
Until
theater.
mid-morning.
Yes.
That's the iconic little tone. Yep.
It's
so
dead.
good.
That's me. That's any of us if we worked at a weather channel
Yes.
newscaster thing. I don't
And
know.
Kathy Bates is Jamie Foxx's boss, which is just so iconic.
Yes.
We live for Kathy Bates.
And my favorite line that she said, I need happy, I need romance, I need love, and I need it from you. I'm
Yes.
like, that's
And
me.
then he
'Cause he's
said,
a sports
you
guy.
need Jesus.
Yes.
It's so good. That delivery was so good.
Yes, because he's a sports guy, but they want him to do like warm, fuzzy Valentine's Day stuff, and he's like, "This is not my gag, but well, whatever I gotta
Here
do
we
for a
go.
check, I guess." So he goes to the flower. Then we're at the flower shop again.
Yeah.
Also, what the heck kind of name is Morley?
Morally.
That's Jessica Alba's character's
Oh, is
name.
that her name?
Morley.
We should have known. The
Yeah,
fake blonde hair and the weird
We
name.
should have known.
yeah. Also, that flower shop would put my allergic ass in the grave.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's so funny because I could like smell that flower shop because you remember when like mom would like take us to the flower shop and like we would get
Aw.
really because they're cheaper in
Yeah.
LA and obviously they sell them in bulk.
Yeah,
I don't remember
Oh,
ever going
okay,
to
well,
that flower
I
market.
guess I went.
Except on a date.
Oh, okay. Well, me and
I
mom went.
don't think mom ever took me. Mom, this is awkward.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we flash to another couple, Patrick Dempsey
Yes.
and Jennifer Garner.
Oh,
Once again,
yes.
I don't know any of these characters' names.
Oh, I just wrote the guy from Enchanted.
Oh yeah.
Work.
At first I
McDreamy.
thought it was George Clooney, and then I realized that it's not Mr. Clooney himself.
Patrick Dempsey, the house.
I get them so confused. Oh, also important note.
Yeah.
That I think this is really good given that it was 2010,
Mhm.
back in the day.
Mhm.
I literally wrote, like, we were 8 minutes into the movie and there was already like representation and very organically.
Yes.
Right? Like we had the sweet little like Asian
I'm
guy
choking.
like
Yes.
that owned the flower shop. We have Jamie Foxx, we have George Lopez. Like
Yeah.
there was so much representation, which is diversity, and that's LA in itself. But
Totally.
it wasn't like forced. It was like right now they're
Yes.
trying to make it like diversity, and back then like it was more organic.
Yeah,
And so I appreciated
Yeah.
that. Like he did a good job of doing it so organically.
Yeah,
And
it
so-
represents like the people of LA.
LA,
well.
yeah. And
Yeah.
within the first like 8 to 10 minutes, you're
Yeah.
already seeing it. So
Her.
I don't know. We just have to applaud that.
Oh, yeah,
Honestly.
go Jerry Marshall.
So yeah, so Patrick Dempsey and Jennifer Garner, and I live for the fact that he's the foreshadowing of him
Oh
juggling.
yes.
Because they're like a couple and it's like a thing, and he's obviously rich, and she's like slaying, like she's like, I have this
Jen-
hot rich man, which work.
Yeah. And
Usually.
Jennifer Gardner is like just such a warm hug. I mean,
She
there's so
is.
many warm hug actors in
Yeah.
this where you're just like the way they smile just makes you feel warm.
Totally, I
Yeah.
live.
And I just know how the storyline ends, so it made me really upset just
Yeah.
in the first scene.
Right.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's like, so it's Valentine's Day, obviously, and he like has to go for work, and she's like
In
sad. She's like,
quotations.
it's Valentine's Day, and he's like, I have to go work. Yeah, okay.
We should have known.
And then we go to another actress that makes me smile.
Oh, yeah.
Anne Hathaway.
Also, this movie, I mean, Garry Marshall,
Yes.
Princess Diaries, The House Down Boots.
every single
Yeah.
single character, except I was missing Julie Andrews, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm always missing Julie Andrews.
Oh, I just love Anne Hathaway.
And so then Anne Hathaway's taking Polaroids of who's this actor? I know.
His name is Topher something. He's from that 70s show and
Okay, yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
So scared.
So she's taking Polaroids, and I feel like this scene like really made me love Polaroids. I remember I had my Polaroid camera all the time, and I just like loved this scene, and it was so cute.
It's really cute.
And then she runs out because what is she?
A phone sex operator.
Plot
Which
twist
slay.
of all plot twists.
Yeah.
I know.
I love a businesswoman. Good for her.
She said, "I'm really getting my bag these days."
Yes, and her on her moped.
Oh, I know.
It's
so
really cute.
with her outfit was cute. I know she
Her
like
outfit
threw
was
it
giving
on.
2010s.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
with like
time
the
capsule.
belt, those belts that would
The
like
big
clip like
belt.
that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And the boots, the high
Yeah,
like
with
rubber
the little
boots.
heel.
Yes, the kitty heel.
The kitty heel. And the iconic woman that was listening into the whole conversation and
Yeah.
goes, I could be ready.
Yeah,
Or whatever
because-
she
because
says.
she hints at like a threesome, and then she's like,
Yeah.
"Well, I can get ready," and then we're like, "Hello," which I think is such a Gary Marshall thing.
It
Yes.
is.
Of
The
having, like-
one-liners
Yes.
and the random
And
people.
it's usually his friends or like people that he knows. It's
Yes.
just so, yeah, I miss him.
Yeah. This one's for you.
Rest in peace.
This one's for you. And then we get to the elderly.
Yes.
So they have a story. Please tell.
Yeah, take it
Is
away,
it
Adi.
time to tell it?
Well,
It
it's up to
is.
you.
We should tell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
we-
that way everyone knows.
Yeah, so we get introduced to, well, his real name is Hector,
Hector,
but I
yeah.
don't know what his character name is, but he is like the grandpa
It's-
in the movie.
It's Estelle and Edgar.
And Edgar, he's so amazing. So he's Puerto Rican. My sister and I are Puerto Rican.
Woo, represent.
And I've just like have always loved him. Like he
Mhm,
is like
Princess Diaries.
yes, we have him in Princess Diaries, all the things. And so one day my sister and I went to brunch on a Sunday, and crazy enough, the place we went to was across the street from the Garry Marshall Theater
Yeah.
in
Oh, yeah,
Toluca
yeah.
Lake. So what are the chances we're eating brunch across the street from the Garry Marshall Theater? And all of a sudden I look behind me and immediately I get butterflies because he's Joe. Well, not
Mhm.
Joe, Hector.
Yeah.
The actor's name Hector is sitting at the cafe.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I don't like to bother people. I'm always like, no, it's like a Sunday. But like
Yeah.
my sister's the
I'm
best at being
like-
my hype girl and being
Yeah.
like, you only have this moment. Like if
Yeah.
you don't go now, or like what's the worst they're gonna do? Say no.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, I just want to go like love on him and encourage him and tell him thank you.
Mm.
And so we interrupted him.
Oh, and he was so nice. He gave us the biggest hug. We told him that we were Puerto Rican, and he was
yeah.
we talked with him for like 10 minutes
15
or so.
minutes. He stood up, was taller than me. I'm 5'8", and normally like TV movie actors are
Mhm.
short. He was like this tall, elegant,
Yes.
handsome
Aw.
man. He hugged us, started telling us stories about his time in New York, about working with Garry Marshall. And so the kicker is, which is my favorite part of the movie, is when he's driving with the grandson and it's
Mhm.
like the iconic like North Hollywood sign,
Yeah.
all this stuff, and they drive past Moore Park Street.
I think of this every time.
And he literally, the grandpa goes, like, what is Moore Park Street spelled backwards? And the little boy goes, I don't know. And then the grandpa goes, crap room. And the little boy goes, grandpa.
Yeah.
And so when I was shopping for apartments in LA, I ended up at an apartment on Moore Park Street
Mhm.
for 10 years. And part of the reason I wanted to move there was because Valentine's Day was my favorite movie.
Aww.
So now we fast forward. I'm in a little cafe talking to like my on-camera grandpa that I wish I could work with, and I literally tell him, "You will
Yeah.
never believe this." I'm like, "I live on Moore Park Street, and I wanted to live there because of your like iconic line."
And then he
I didn't know
and
that.
then he looks at me and he goes, "Well, do you know what Moore Park is backwards?"
Oh.
And he like did it, and I like had a fangirl moment. So it just
Oh.
was like the best.
Yeah,
That's
he
really
was a
magical.
magical human.
I love him.
I think of that every time I see that. Like when we would go to your apartment, I would think of that.
Literally, it's crazy. Dreams come true. You can like live on an iconic street from your favorite movie.
And yeah, it didn't end well, but worked.
It that's a whole nother podcast.
Another podcast for another
honestly.
time.
But you know, like
Yeah.
it's sweet. So that's my
Yeah.
fun fact
I
story.
live.
Yeah.
Oh, magical. So yeah, we have
Love
he's a
him.
grandpa
He's grandpa.
to this little
Yeah,
kid, to us all.
and to us all.
To us all.
Yes, the
But
grandpa
also this
of us
little
all.
boy who is kooky, this little boy.
No, he's so cute.
He's
He
so
is,
tender.
He is so cute and little.
So then we jump to the elevator, and who is in the elevator but Miss Taylor Swift?
If there's anything about this podcast is that we are some Taylor fans.
We love
We're
her.
stans, Swifties.
Swifties,
one would
Swifties
say.
through and through.
And this was like such a time capsule
Oh, yeah.
of the Speak Now era.
Oh yeah, the 13 on
With
her
the 13
hand.
on her hand, yes.
Oh,
and the curly
yeah.
hair.
Did you see the other 13s though too? There's
yes.
a couple.
Yeah,
They
'cause her,
really did this movie
lucky
for her.
number is 13, and back then she would put 13 on her hand and on
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx's newscaster
Was
microphone is a
13.
13.
Taylor Lot.
Whose jersey
Yeah.
says
Yeah.
13. Yeah, like there's a couple 13 moments for T
Miss
Swizzle.
Taylor.
Oh my gosh. And she has that big teddy bear
Yes.
that Taylor Lautner gave him, gave her. Which remember when they were a couple?
Oh my god!
And they started dating after that movie. This was
Iconic.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
this is where they
looking up
met.
some Valentine's Day fun facts, and that was one of the ones.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I also that was one of the draws for me coming to see this movie because like I was, you guys, a twihard. Still am.
Oh yeah,
Twilight.
You are,
I
Maddie.
still am. Twilight. It truly shaped me to who I am today. And like the draw was Taylor and Taylor for
Oh,
me
how
because like
funny.
everyone else is like older and obviously they're all fantastic, but like I feel like the Taylor Lautner and Taylor Swift of it all was to get the young teenagers in, you know, and
Wow.
14-year-old me ate that shit up. I lived. Today was a fairy tale. You're lying. You're
Which is one of the
lying.
songs on the Valentine's Day
Yes.
soundtrack.
Oh my
Crying
gosh.
forever.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
We can be on that forever, honestly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
And then we get into the airplane and we meet Bradley Cooper's character and then Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts, just
magical.
another magical human.
I know. I love her. I love her so much. So they're on an airplane.
And she's coming back
Yes.
on a 14-hour flight so she could, well, we don't know that it's to come back to her son, but
Yeah.
Bradley keeps saying, oh, the man whoever you're coming back to is very lucky.
Mhm.
And she's only going to be there for the night and then is jumping back on a 14-hour flight.
Yeah.
So,
Dang.
yeah.
Very sweet.
And then we're
So
back at the flower shop.
Yes. Oh, and the assistant or like one of the women working the register at the flower shop is
Oh,
the
yes.
assistant from Princess Diaries.
Yes.
Oh, that's how
Yes.
she looked familiar.
Yes, I was like, oh, slay girl.
Which
Yeah.
also is one of my favorite lines when literally out of nowhere she's like, it's the part where the lady goes, I used to speak Bulgarian, but I'm an American citizen now.
Yes, that's
Like, that's like an iconic line. I don't know. Like, there's so many
Yeah.
lines in this movie that you're like, I like say this on a, like, I'll meet a Bulgarian and immediately I think to myself, I am an American citizen now. I used to speak, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I
It's
had to
kooky.
write that because I'm like, it is an iconic line.
Work.
I don't know.
I love that.
It just is.
Oh my gosh. Also, everyone being surprised Jessica Alba said yes.
I know.
Damn.
Well, that's how you, well, you know,
Yeah.
when a girl just got engaged, right? Like, we all know the
Yes.
engaged girlies. They're
They're
like, my mug, I'm holding it with this hand. Like, oh, eyeshadow, my contour. Like, the girls live
Yes.
when you get,
They're
I
like-
mean, I wouldn't know, but they're like, hello. And so it's already a bad sign when she shows up freshly proposed to without her
Without
ring
her
on.
ring.
Yes.
flop
Could
behavior.
you imagine? Like, poor Ashton.
Well, and
Yeah.
plus, when she's like, "Do you know what?" Everyone at the office, they'd be like, "Oh, what's gonna be the colors at your wedding?" I was like, "Girl,
Shouldn't you be
Girl,
excited?
you should have already had that figured out. You should have pulled up your Pinterest,
Your
that you
Pinterest
started
board,
in high
'cause
school.
This is 2010, so we all know the Pinterest boards were hot
Oh,
and
yeah.
heavy at that time.
I
Like,
know.
I still have that Vera Wang dress that I put on there in 2010 that I
Yes.
still want to wear.
My Pinterest board is a little like it's,
It's kind of spooky,
so
spooky looking.
dated.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a time capsule.
It really
It
is.
is.
I know. I hope that whoever ends up proposing to me does not go on my Pinterest.
I
I should just
know.
say it now, future husband. I need to update it before you look at anything on
Yeah.
there.
It's
Because
kinda
it's
spooky,
bad.
same.
It's like garbage now.
Me,
Like,
I know.
Like if that's what my wedding looked like, I'd be
know.
so scared.
it's
Yeah.
so embarrassing.
I'm so glad we're on like a more like all of our stuff is more like timeless. now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're more
It's giving
elegant.
elegance.
That's
work.
so true. Yeah. So homework for the girls, like spend this February like redoing your Pinterest board, your wedding dream board, all the things.
Yeah.
Like just go redo it.
Yeah.
Redo. I like
It's
that.
so
Keep the
Self-care.
old one for the memes, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
start the new one. So that when
Yeah.
he asks, he knows where to go to look for
Period.
inspo.
That's a good
That's a
idea.
free one.
I
That's
love that.
a February activity.
That's fun, right?
I love
That's
that.
cute.
Cute.
Work. Oh, also the nuns. I love a nun.
Oh, yeah.
I love a nun.
Giving Sound of Music.
yeah.
The
They're
nuns,
so
the way
funny.
that like the scene where Jennifer Garner walks into the flower shop, I don't know if that was all improv, but do you know what part? Like
Oh,
she
yeah, when
walks
everyone's
in
like,
and she's,
"Hey."
it was
She's
like a
sunshine.
powerhouse moment.
Yeah.
She's so
like
beautiful.
she just
She's
worked
like,
as an actor, right? I'm like, she worked that entrance. Like you don't know
Yeah.
if Gary was like, just walk through, and she just starts going. It just,
Yeah.
It's
I
so
love
good.
it. I appreciate that moment.
She's
Yeah.
great. So we find out that Jennifer Garner and Ashton Kutcher are best friends.
Yes,
Which is
makes
very
sense.
sweet. Yeah, they're magical.
and then is this when the little boy comes in to order the flowers? Did I skip anything?
I I don't know.
I wrote flower shop, backyard scene. Back to the flower shop, car
yeah,
scene.
it's like kind of. Because
Okay, we're,
I mean,
like,
this
still in
flips
the
so much. So just
Still in the same world. But then
Yeah.
the little boy comes in to order flowers and gives Ashton like $13.
Literally, it's $13.
Yeah.
13.
Mhm.
Wow.
For a $55 bouquet. And then, but Ashton, the way my heart melted
he's
when
so
he was
cute.
just so cute and being
He's
like,
so cute.
and who am I making the card out to? Like,
yeah.
Do you think people would still do that now? Like, I would
I
hope.
think if there was a human like Ashton Kutcher, where it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Working at a flower shop, maybe.
I hope
And
so.
plus, he
It's
like
so
owns it and
pure.
stuff. So it's just like,
We just need more of that in
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
Magical. So yeah, so he wants to send to the school that Ashton Kutcher's best friend Jennifer Garner works at. Imagine that.
Oh, it's so
Imagine
good.
that.
Just like remember
Coincidence.
watching it for the first time, and
Yeah.
every moment where they start to show how they're connected, it's like
It's so good.
like you just
You
constantly
guys
gasping.
haven't seen Love Actually?
I have, but it just
Okay.
doesn't hit me like Valentine's Day.
I love work.
we'll do it during Christmas time.
Yeah, we will. It's
Okay.
so good. It's like sadder though.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
It's more
And it's British, so I
somber.
feel like it's a little.
yeah.
And it's British.
I know, like it's a little more somber than like
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is giving like la la la.
yeah, la, la,
Like,
la.
yeah,
And Love
Gables
Actually is
and
like
Pink.
la la la. Like
Yeah.
it's just different. You know, it's a different tone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is where we find out that Jennifer Garner wants to go surprise Patrick Dempsey in San Francisco
Yes.
because he's
And
working.
Ashton Kutcher like encourages it, right?
Yes, he's the one that says, just do it. Like,
It's
yeah,
Valentine's
it's
Day.
love because he's
Yeah.
feeling all high and mighty because
Jessica.
she said yes.
Ball, yup.
Yeah.
He's like, it's the one time of year you could be a sappy cheese ball. And
Yeah.
I wrote the note, we should be sappy cheese balls every day of the year.
Her.
Another free one.
And this is where we find out that he is married with a child in Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Oh,
And he gives the little heart,
Yeah.
be my Valentines to his wife.
Yes. Yoicks.
Icky.
Big icky. And this is when the mom says daddy doesn't juggle well.
Yeah.
or no, she goes, doesn't daddy juggle
daddy
well?
yes,
And
because he
makes it-
juggles.
And he's been juggling the ladies.
Which I'm like kind of work. Yikes. And
So
then-
then we meet Queen Latifah.
oh yes.
Oh, we can't forget Queen
Iconic.
Latifah.
Yes, which I didn't know. I mean, is she in the poster? Oh yeah, she is in the corner.
is.
I didn't remember that she was in this
Yeah.
movie. So when she showed up, I was like, oh my gosh, Queen Latifah.
I felt that about
Yeah.
almost everyone
Yes.
in this movie.
So
So
then
good.
Anne Hathaway is working for her.
Yes.
or is taking
like
over.
An intern moment or
Also,
whatever.
I just think Anne Hathaway looks so much like my sister.
Yeah, she does.
It's weird. Every time I watch, I'm like,
Oh.
whoa. Because there's a girl who Chloe went to school with who called her Anne
Oh, how
Hathaway.
funny.
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
Yeah, it is. I know.
She's gorgeous.
Yes, I just love Queen Latifah too.
Oh, I also put this note. This is specifically for you, Maddie, because I
Mhm.
think Queen Latifah opens like a package and then is like swishing around this knife.
Mhm.
And if you need to know anything about Maddie, is do not give her sharp objects.
I don't know why this is a
because
thing.
this woman will just like it's
yeah, but not
insane.
actually.
Not actually, but like just PSA, don't give Maddie a knife.
Yeah, okay.
She just loves to swish it around.
Come
in
on,
the
it's
world.
fine.
No, Maddie.
Safely.
Yeah, safely, obviously, but no, just don't give Maddie any
I'll
sharp
have a butter
object.
knife, and her and Parker will take it from my hands.
Put it down.
I'm like, you
It's
guys.
the Aries in you. We're
yeah,
just scared.
I'm just like, you know. Okay.
So then we jump to the hot football player.
Eric Dane.
Yes.
Oh,
So we have
yes.
McDreamy, Patrick Dempsey. This is for the Grey's Anatomy
Ooh.
watchers, which I've only seen a little bit of. And then we have McSteamy, Eric Dane, also the dad from
I didn't
Euphoria.
know this.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, he's in Euphoria.
Wow.
Scary character in Euphoria.
Oh, yikes.
Scary. Yeah.
Oof, never seen it.
But he has this beautiful beach house.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
And he has a
Literally.
6-pack because he's a football
Has a
player.
6-pack.
And these girls doing yoga on the beach.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
He's like, I'll meet y'all later.
yeah, we're running out of patience. And
Yeah.
he goes, and I'm running out of time.
No, he's like, I'm running out of, I don't remember. But I'm
Something
like,
that. Or like, oh.
Yeah.
But another iconic, like, one-liner that you can't
Work.
help but, like,
it's so
want to
about-
love.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, and then we go to Jessica Biel.
On the
She
treadmill.
kind of reminds me of you.
Oh, okay.
No, not in that
Oh,
way.
it's like
She
real
does
life?
because you want that treadmill thing.
Yes, I do.
What's it called? My
like,
sister
walking
has
pad?
been talking about this.
I
Like, I
want
don't even have a
it so
TikTok, but
badly.
she's like talking about this viral TikTok walking treadmill thing.
Yeah.
But and so when I saw that moment, I
Did you
too
think of me?
thought,
Yeah.
wow, Tati needs her treadmill.
But she
because
reminds me of you
Jessica
not in like the way that she's like not in a bad way.
Okay, I was
not
like frantic
derogatory,
and
like
hates
slay.
Valentine's Day.
No,
It's like her
it's
as a person. That's a really big
Yes,
compliment. Okay.
and she has the little like wispy like
Blue eyes.
eyelashes,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
you love.
Yes, I do.
Your magnetic eyelashes pop off.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing them now.
Yeah, it's a compliment. Take it.
No, I
Yes.
am taking it. I just didn't. Okay, I just didn't know if we were talking about her hating Valentine's Day.
No, no,
because
no,
that's
no,
not me.
no.
I love Valentine's
Yeah,
Day,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I do love chocolate just as much as she does.
Oh yeah, word.
because she's like stuffing her face with chocolate, and then the phone rings, and she's the football player's PR person, publicist, whatever.
yeah.
That
Oh,
was
her
so good.
accidentally turning up the treadmill is literally my worst nightmare.
Oh, but the way
Oh.
she acts it out, it's
Oh,
just
she's
good.
so
It's
good.
so good.
It's
so
hilarious.
I
good.
live. Okay, and then we also jump to now Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts.
Julia Roberts' niece.
Yes.
A family
Fun
affair.
fact.
You
Wait, you did not know
guys.
that.
I didn't know that.
Oh, that's
Oh.
embarrassing.
I could only think of that Nickelodeon show. Was it called Emma?
Unfabulous?
Unfabulous. And
Unfabulous.
it was starring. It was starring her, and she was
Yeah.
named Emma. in
No,
it.
she was named Addie
Okay, well,
because it was almost my name.
Oh, and
I
I call
remember.
Addie. I call my sister. My sister's name is Ariana, Ari, but I call her Addie. So I guess that kind of like
Yeah,
adds up.
sure,
I don't know.
not
That
really
was
does
like
connect.
not a
Addie
connecting
and
fact.
Addie.
We're learning this about us.
Sure.
So Emma Roberts' storyline is that she really wants to have some sexy time with her boyfriend
For the
No.
first
for the first time. I also thought he
Yes.
was so cute.
He is.
He's
Yeah.
so precious.
He is, yeah.
I love him.
They want it to be magical.
And then we get Taylor Lautner again, and they're walking up the
Oh,
stairs
yeah.
talking about their first time. So it's like that classic girl best friend and
Oh,
Emma
yeah.
with Taylor Swift, and then Taylor Lautner and the other guy that I don't know his
Yeah,
name.
but Taylor Swift is like waiting too, because remember
Yeah.
she tells Taylor
Oh,
Lautner,
yeah.
"Don't get any
It's
ideas."
so fierce.
And I kind of just loved how pure this movie
Yeah,
was.
it's so
Yeah.
cute.
Like they were like, "Just wait, ladies!" Like they were pushing that. It was just very old school, all American.
Yeah.
I wasn't here for it, but I was like, you know what, Taylor, you go, girl. She looked at her man. She said, "You're hot, but like, don't get any ideas. We're not
Her.
doing it yet."
Her, come on, everyone.
She
on
said,
their own
"I'm worth
timelines.
waiting for."
And then they're putting lattes in the vending machine.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I said, if this is anyone, this is my sister.
It's true, but now I'm a cappuccino girl because we went to
Yeah,
Italy.
we went to Italy.
But I
Cappuccino.
was a
Okay.
latte girl forever.
And she said, they're putting lattes in the vending machine. And I just wrote, that's my sister.
Oh, also
true.
the Taylor Lautner, like she gets him a shirt with 13 on the back, like her
yeah.
lucky number, and he's like, "I don't want to take off my shirt. I'm uncomfortable." And I'm like, "Okay, Jacob Black.
Yeah.
Okay, Twilight."
Oh.
As if you like Taylor Lautner parading around his abs for like all of
Yeah.
2009 to like 2012.
Yeah.
And it's also I just felt very seen in that Taylor Swift, Taylor Lautner moment
Mhm.
where we just see the definition of like a girl in love for the first
Oh,
time,
yeah.
where she's just, every emotion is on her sleeve.
Yeah.
She's like, put it on right now. And he's like, no. And she's like, you don't like it? He's like, no, I love it. She's like, okay. And I'm like, wow, I used to be that girl. And sometimes I'm still that girl.
Oh, I mean, it's hard not to.
It's hard not to be, but
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, it's the truth.
it's the truth.
So
Every
cute.
emotion.
Okay,
We're-
and then we go ahead.
We're back in the airplane, and Julia Roberts reads down
Oh, yeah.
Bradley Cooper. She's like, the library's open.
Oh yeah.
When he gets, because the stewardess gives him like a heart-shaped lollipop or whatever, and then he like pushes it away, and then Julia Roberts
Ooh.
is like, so here's what I've learned about you, and literally point for point is like, you hate Valentine's Day, or you have a thing with sugar. All this stuff just
Yeah.
goes down the line. And he's
iconic.
like, well, damn,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
And then my other favorite part from that moment is he looks at probably one of the extras in the movie, right? Do you
Oh,
remember
yes.
the girl with the braces? And he looks at this random girl on the plane and goes, like, isn't she a shark? Talking about Julia Roberts. And then it's just a close-up on this random girl with braces going, and you just can't help but
Good for her.
wonder, like, was that
Ooh.
moment like, was Gary like, oh, just react? And he's like, but don't say anything. And it's just a close-up of this sweet 12-year-old with the biggest silver braces
Aw.
just going, and you're just like, wow, I wish I could have been there on set to like
I love that for
experience, like,
her.
this 12-year-old girl will forever be like, yeah, I had a moment with the Bradley Cooper and Julia Roberts.
With
Work.
my full braces.
Yeah,
I love
like-
that for her.
That's a great credit for the resume, honestly.
Period.
Girl with braces and
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. And then we're back at the school. So now we learn that Jennifer Gardner is a teacher at this elementary school, whatever. And then there's that crazy kid Franklin.
Franklin
that
needs to
keeps
relax.
yelling and taking off his shirt.
Oh my
And
god.
Okay, sorry,
Jennifer
too many
Garner.
J's.
Her name is Julia in this
Wow.
movie.
Julia. Okay.
Wow.
Julia is like, Franklin, please keep on your shirt. And then
Yeah.
she's explaining the origin story of Valentine's Day. And then Ashton shows up
Oh,
because
yeah.
Ashton has now learned that the lying, cheating two-timer
Yeah,
is
Patrick Dempsey.
what he is.
Mhm.
Yeah, because he came into the flower shop to buy
Ugh.
flowers for both of his ladies. And you can feel the thickness
Oh,
and the
yeah.
tension of that moment.
I think they both acted that scene so well
Oh.
because this shift, because they're both like, ha, they're like really nice and like it's just like very polite, and then all of a sudden that broof of it like breaking and him being like,
And he's
Ugh.
like, can you just run the card, please?
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, I thought there's like discretion. And you can feel the slight panic.
Ryan Roses would have got his ass so
That's
hard.
what I said. I was like, I wish this could be an episode of Ryan
Oh my
Roses.
gosh, us in the Uber
Oh,
in
yes.
New York.
In New York, they have like a New York version of Ryan Roses on one of the things.
War of the Roses, I think it is.
Yes, the War of the Roses. And our Uber driver was listening to it, and he
It
was,
juicy.
yeah, he was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we all were like, whoa.
The tea.
yeah, it was a very beautiful
Funny.
moment of community of
Yeah.
this War of the Roses.
Oh, it's very
Wow.
sad though. Poor thing.
Yeah.
I just put dick.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
so
okay.
bad.
And then we're back with the virgins.
Yeah.
And they
Oh my gosh. And the fact that they played the song, It Feels Like the First Time.
It's so cute. Oh, and Taylor Lautner tells him to do push-ups.
Yes.
So
And
he
he's, like,
does
doing
the push-ups.
push-ups.
And then the best part is when he's like setting up the room, he's throwing flowers. The dog is like sitting watching it all happen.
Yeah.
And as soon as he takes his underwear off, obviously the guitar covering him, the dog runs out.
Yeah.
And then the iconic moment of him realizing, like, I cannot be naked wearing white socks.
Oh,
So then
yes.
he takes off his socks, and then the mom,
Emma Roberts' mom.
unexpectedly, the
Yes.
Emma Roberts mom, the girlfriend's mom, unexpectedly comes home during this quote unquote lunch break.
Oh my
Embarrassing.
gosh. I would be mortified.
And he runs outside.
Yes, and then she
Still
like
naked.
is in the room. They're freaking out. The mom bends
I'm
over,
rehearsing.
hits her head on the guitar. He's pretending he's rehearsing for some show, and then the classic line of the mom yelling
Yes.
outside the window, "Alex, honey, cover your hoo-hoo." Like just the
She's
fact
so cute.
of thinking your girlfriend's mom telling you to cover your hoo-hoo as you're running out butt naked.
And she's like, I love that she's not like, she's not mad.
No, she's just shocked.
yeah.
It's so funny.
She's not even disappointed. She's like, I'm not
Aw.
mad or disappointed. I'm just
I'm
shocked.
just more shocked than anything.
Also, Emma Roberts' little bug is so cute.
I know.
My
Did you have a bug?
Yeah, my first car was a bug. Oh, iconic. I live.
Oh,
Um,
and then he says, "Oh, I told her I was rehearsing for something." And Emma was like, "Did she believe that?" And he goes, "My fear made me very convincing."
I live.
That's good.
Come on, actor. Oh, and then this is where George Lopez is driving, and they're like by the Walt
Yes.
Disney Concert Hall, and I'm like, I've never seen that place so empty in my life. Make that make sense. And Eric Dane
Yes.
hits him. He's going to like his whatever announcement.
Yes, and then he's like, "Oh, my back, my neck," and he's like,
Oh,
"I'm
I
just
thought
kidding."
that was like a very Latino moment.
yeah, right.
That cracked
I'm like,
me up.
When
I
he
feel
finds
seen.
out that he's like rich.
Yes,
My
yes.
neck, my back. Oh, it hurts. And then he goes, haha, just kidding. Can I get a picture? It's just such a typical, as a Hispanic person, I feel like I can say it. It just is such a typical moment and the humor of it. And again, just a pure moment that I enjoyed.
And when he says, "You're a superstar, Sean. Drive better."
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
It's so good. Oh, and then he loses some of his flowers.
Oh,
while
that
he's
hurt. Like,
driving.
that hurt me.
I know. I'm like, this poor man is trying to do his job.
I know. I'm like, some people are not getting their flower delivery because it ended up
Dang.
somewhere in LA.
Yeah, on the streets of LA in front of the Disney concert hall.
Yeah.
And then we get to
Oh, the school.
yes.
Because Ashton has to tell Jennifer that, McDreamy is off.
is
with
not
a-
McDreaming.
No, McNightmare.
Mick Nightmare.
The house.
But he doesn't even end up
No, he
getting it
doesn't
out
get it
yet
out.
because
No.
Jennifer Garner won't let him really talk.
No.
And it's not like you have said that all of my boyfriends like because he's like, we're best friends,
Yeah.
yada yada yada, and she's all like, no, like I love him. You're just like calls him out and says that he's
Yeah.
jealous, and he's like, I'm not jealous, but I have something to tell you,
Yeah.
and never gets it out.
And then she has to run back to class, but she gives him a little kiss, like not like cheek, not
It
lips,
was
but
kind
like
of
an
like half.
in
I was like,
between.
oh my God. And she calls him his buddy, and I was like, oof.
Oof,
Oof.
ouch,
Big ouch.
not the B
Also,
word.
why are those kids killing each other?
It makes no
All
sense.
the kids have.
it's probably because Franklin, that little
yeah, he
Yeah.
probably started war.
Oh shit.
And
Her.
then I think, and then
Oh,
we go
yeah.
back to the girl, the one that you said is like me. I forgot her name.
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel.
Biel. Her.
Okay.
She's
Is
married to
planning
Justin
I
Timberlake, I
hate
think, right?
Valentine's Day party, which I'm not. I love Valentine's Day.
I don't get why people are like, Like, who cares?
Yeah, it's just fun, like, to be with the girlies, to be by
Yeah.
yourself. Like,
Pink and red.
But, I love pink and red.
I do too.
I literally wrote that in my notes.
Aw.
I love the girly thing.
yeah,
me
it's so
too.
fun.
And I feel like if you really hate it, then you should like dig deep and figure out
Yeah.
the why, because there's probably like a root issue in there
Yeah.
somewhere. So if you're thinking like, I hate this day, like there's probably a why. Like let's heal it up
Right.
and let's just celebrate love.
And I feel like that kind of attitude is very like 2010.
Yes.
You know, like that was such a thing of like, oh, the single woman who's mad that she's still single at 30 or
that
whatever.
is true, because Galentine's wasn't even really a thing when I
No.
was in high school. Like, let's have a Galentine's Day. I feel like
Yeah.
that's a newer thing. So we've learned how to celebrate the day.
reclaimed it.
Yeah, we've reclaimed it.
Because like, who
Come
cares?
on.
It's just fun.
Yeah, it's just
Be with the
fun.
girlies, have some champagne,
Yeah.
watch Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
take yourself to the spa.
Have some love potion 31.
Come
31.
on. And if you have a man, then like
Work too.
pop off.
If you have a man,
I
if you
know
have a woman, if you have anybody,
Yes.
slay.
Hey,
It's
get your
slay and
bag.
all the way around.
Come
Yeah.
on. It's
Yeah.
a win. If you have a dog,
Cat,
you're winning.
salamander.
A hamster,
Throwback.
you are winning because you have something to love and someone that loves you. And that's on
And
period.
you have yourself.
Yes.
Work. Period.
There you go.
But also that party does seem kind of
It
fun.
does. The pinata,
would
all
still
of
go to
it,
the
like,
party.
we should have like a I love Valentine's Day party and
with
recreate.
that, like,
yes,
energy.
because
It's
it's
very
fun.
cute.
It's cute.
Work.
So no one's going to her party and she's freaking
Yeah.
out, and then someone says, "It's LA. Everyone wants you to think that they have a life. No one RSVPs."
Yeah.
Which was like, I feel like such an LA thing.
100%.
Aw.
100%.
Oh, is this where we find out that
Oh,
yeah,
sad.
that
Jessica Alba part.
yeah, Jessica she does not, she leaves Ashton Kutcher, which like on the same day.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
Cold.
was like didn't even send him a text. Like he went home to like deliver her this beautiful bouquet of flowers, and she's just sitting there packing and didn't even send a text. And he's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, I couldn't do it.
I gotta go.
I gotta go."
I gotta go.
Yeah, and the dog chooses her, which I think is the worst part.
Yeah, that
That's-
hurt.
that
That
part
hurt
is
a lot.
sad.
And then he comes outside. He tells Mario, not Mario Lopez. George Lopez was on my mind. Wait, aren't they like? Isn't that his nephew? Or there's no
No,
relation
Mom.
between the
think
Lopezes?
so.
Okay,
Not like
that's
Emma
awkward.
Roberts and Julia
Yeah, I always
Roberts, not
thought
the
George
same.
Lopez and Mario Lopez were related. Well, found that out today. But then George Lopez goes, "Oh, I had an inkling."
Inkling. The way they both say
The
the,
way they
word
go, inkling. I had an inkling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wowzers.
Y'all have to tell people if you have an inkling.
Yes, you have to tell people. You have to
Mhm.
follow the inkling.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies were given inklings for a reason.
Period.
But then, right, like just a little foreshadow, then you have Jennifer Garner's character that then finds out that like Jessica Alba left Ashton, and she's like, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And so it just makes me upset, which I understand people don't say anything, but like, it's just a very real moment. You're like in a relationship where people
Yeah.
know or have their inkling and they don't say anything
You have to say something.
until
The
they
end.
break up.
Period.
And then they're like, oh, yeah, I saw it coming. And you're like, baby, why didn't you tell me like during?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we just see that twice in the movie.
Yeah,
Her.
and then she also says this. She feels passionate about. Okay,
we gave each other a look.
okay, you guys, you do not need to attack me.
No, I'm just saying you have to speak for your friends. Advocate for your friends.
Advocate for your friends.
I
Even
was
if you have
looking
to
down at my
advocate
notes
for 8
and then I
years.
looked up, and you guys were making dirty faces.
even
at
Not
me.
dirty. No,
Dirty looks,
No,
yeah,
all
okay.
love.
No dirty. Oh, no, it's only love on this episode.
Only love always.
Okay, everyone's yelling, and
That's
then we
bad.
get to the moving on.
Moving on.
So George Lopez, and then he's like, I have to go stop. I can't believe you
Jennifer.
guys attacked me like that. I'm moving on.
Okay, no, we didn't.
I'm just kidding. So then Jennifer Gardner is at the airport, gonna go to San Francisco, and Ashton shows up at the airport, and then Paolo from Princess Diaries works Southwest.
I didn't even put that
Yes,
together.
yes,
Oh, so good.
Yes,
And-
he's so good.
And he's so funny. He's all like,
I
I'm not going to give you a ticket. This is for oversized bags.
Yeah.
And then he puts a trash can. And then
Use my bag.
Yeah, it's so funny. And then he's like, I know the story. You're going to stop the girl that you love, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, no, she's like sunshine. Oh, couldn't
Guys,
you just
I want
die?
someone to stop me before I get on a plane. Like, that's
Oh,
romantic.
It's so
No.
romantic.
But like, if I'm going to Italy, I'm gonna like get on the plane
Yeah, I'm like, no,
anyway,
actually.
right? Like, I'm like,
Like,
see you when I get back. But still,
yeah.
it still
the
like
act.
pulls up my heartstrings.
Yeah. It's
And
so
the fact
cute.
that he gives him the plane ticket, I'm like,
I know because he's like, oh, she's like sunshine. Here you go. It's
So
really
ladies be
sweet.
sunshine.
That's all I gotta do.
Ladies be sunshine.
But then he like tells her, and she still goes.
Yes. Also, they call it, I don't even know if this is real, but when he runs past security or he goes through security,
yeah.
leaves his shoes, they call it Code Foxtrot. And I like literally had to write down, like, is that even a real thing?
I'm like, wow,
I don't know. I need to look
Ashton,
it up.
that's a real quick way to get on the no-fly list.
Yeah, right? They're like Code
Sick.
Foxtrot. I'm
To
like,
run
Yeah.
through the airport with no shoes.
And the woman even
Yes.
says, she's like, girl, that's gross.
Yes. There's nasty stuff on this floor.
They're not even like mad, like as they probably would be. They're like, that's gross.
That's nasty.
It's so funny.
Yes. And
But
then
she's
we
like,
get back to
Oh, also one last note on
Yeah.
this. The fact that Jennifer Gardner still gets on the flight.
I know, it's
okay,
so
here's
sad.
the thing. If your best friend tells you the man that you've been with is still married,
Yeah.
the only reason you should get on that flight is to wreak havoc and go
Period.
there and be. But no, she's going still
yeah.
head in the clouds. And I'm like, girl,
no, not
why?
this.
You know?
Yeah.
The fact she still got on the flight, I got a little mad.
And then we go to soccer practice. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure that Parker is an extra in the scene.
Is this really
Parker
I'm pretty-
Griffin?
Yeah,
Yes.
Parker did extra work.
I'm pretty
No
sure.
way, as a child?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that he's like a soccer player.
Oh no way.
I could be confusing it with something else, but I'm like 99% sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We'll have to
I
find,
didn't
like,
want to check because I wanted it to just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll have
Because
to
if it's
ask
not
him.
true, oh well.
But yeah, he's playing soccer.
And he's in love
He's
with
in
an adult.
love.
Yes.
with his teacher.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's in love with Jennifer
But we don't know
Gardner.
that
Yes,
yet.
we don't know
think
that
it's
yet.
The other little girl that he's like, oh, do you
Oh,
like
yeah.
giraffes? And she's like, yeah, you can watch Discovery Channel, whatever.
Yeah.
And then at the game is the part where they show the cameo of like all the kids running to their mom.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you see his
yeah.
sad face and it
It's so
just like
sad.
it shows like the awareness of like a kid. Like he's like, "Ah, I wish my mom was here.
It's really sad.
Which
That
we
got
don't
me
know
in the
who his
heart.
mom is yet.
Yet.
Though.
No.
And then we go back to Taylor Swift. She's getting interviewed, and Taylor Lautner, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
when they like make out. I was
Oh,
all
yeah.
like, and
her
this was
dancing.
her
Her
dancing.
Speak Now. It's literally
It's
her
so
entire
Speak Now.
Speak Now
Yeah.
concert moment.
Yeah.
And then when he falls, I remember quoting this a lot. Walk it off, baby. You're still,
hot, baby. You're still hot.
It's
Yep.
so good. And what does the guy say?
Oh, I miss high school.
I miss high school.
Yeah, that's-
It's so insane. Oh, and then we're back at Topher. What is that? Oh, because they're like talking about dates, the men, and the, like
Yes.
wherever
Oh,
he
yeah.
works,
Mhm.
and he's like, he forgot it was Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And he's like, well, I can cook her a meal. And the guys are like, no. And here's what I'm thinking. I would prefer
Oh,
to probably
absolutely.
be home on Valentine's Day,
Mhm.
considering the fact that it's a madhouse in all these restaurants,
Uh-huh.
you know?
Yeah, cook
And
me a
also
nice
he has
meal.
tickets to the Hollywood Forever Cemetery thing.
Mhm.
And they're like, no, that's a lame thing. I'm like, I would get my bag.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, me too.
So don't only
Men don't
ask
listen
your,
to men.
Yeah, men don't listen to men. Ask your friends that are girls for advice and not
Yeah.
men. And then we're back. This is back at the old. Did we skip the old people's? Because
We're kind of there.
Oh yeah, and then when they're gonna renew their vows. Oh my gosh.
Vows.
Sorry.
Yeah, and Shirley MacLaine and like, this is where they're talking to Emma Roberts because
Yes,
she's the little boy's
yes.
babysitter.
Yes.
Yes, and she like tells them about how she wants to have sex with her boyfriend, and,
And
they're,
they're
like,
both like,
yeah, okay. And then that's when they're like the whole like, oh, we've only slept with
Yeah.
one person for our whole
Yeah,
lives.
the grandpa's like, well, I only slept with one person. And then you see the little grandma's
Yeah,
face
Shirley
completely
MacLaine,
drop.
like, yeah, the wall kind of crumbles.
And she did it with his business partner while
Yeah.
he was out of town. How can
dare
you
you.
cheat
It's so
on
sad.
sweet Hector?
Yeah, y'all
How
take
You
that personally.
can't
huh?
do. Oh, it hurt me.
Yeah.
Also, a fun fact that we haven't shared is the fact that it was written in all of Garry Marshall's contracts that Hector had to be in all of his films.
Really?
wait, really?
Yes.
Aw.
So that's a really cool fun fact. So I think Hector was in about 18 of Garry Marshall's films, and that was the one thing in the contract that my friend Hector has to
That's
have
so
some
cute.
sort of role.
That is
Isn't that
really
so
cute.
cool?
Aww.
I love that.
That's friendship.
That's beautiful. And so he admits to that, and then we're at the press conference.
Oh yeah. Eric Dane, gay.
Yeah, hi
Oh,
gay.
yeah.
Hi, gay.
He comes out, and then he says, "My line was, I'm gay, and I'm gonna play.
And I'm gonna
I was like,
play.
what does this have to do with you retiring? I mean, live your truth, but what?
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, yeah, okay, but are you retiring? It's
Yeah.
giving like, what's his name? Tom Brady, you know?
Like,
It's so funny.
okay.
Queen Latifah, I knew it. It's so good. Like, you're lying.
And then we're at the restaurant. So,
Jennifer Garner goes to, she actually doesn't get on the plane.
yes.
She
goes-
does.
No.
Remember? She ends up, this is one of the other most iconic parts, is she goes to where the surgery is about to happen.
Oh, yes.
But that's back in LA.
Is it back in
Yeah,
LA?
I don't
she
think
doesn't
she
get
ever
on the
gets on the
plane.
plane.
She leaves because that's still in LA.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was still LA. We'll pop off, Jennifer.
Because
Good
she
job.
says, she's like, I didn't get on. She says it.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God, because I
Yeah.
thought Homegirl did it. I said, why?
No, we think, but they do a switch.
But she still goes to the hospital
And it's like,
and asks the two little nurses at the
Yeah.
front, tell me, is he married? The one lady kind of, but then the little old nurse
Yeah.
gives her
The tea.
the tea. And I said, you pop off, like,
Yeah.
yes, gives the
Period.
time and the restaurant
Mhm.
of where to go in
Mhm.
and now wreak havoc.
Her, because she goes and she dresses up as a waitress.
yes, but I have to say the line when she walks in, we hear this other waitress go, I'm really a or I'm not really a waitress. I'm an actress.
Yeah, she goes, I've been on Days of Our Lives.
It's giving
I
LA.
said, so is everyone else in LA that's
Yeah.
a waiter.
And
Her. I
then
love
Jennifer Gardner goes in. And
It's
if
so good.
I mean, I pray that I'm never in a situation like this.
No, mom.
But
No.
if I had the courage to do something like this, like she goes in and is she had to prepare that speech when she was on her way there because
It's so good.
it's so good. And then it goes on about how like they're cooking a pig and how
yes.
you shove like all
It's
this
so
stuff.
iconic.
And then at the end has the little "Be My Valentine's" thing,
Yeah.
and is like the heart goes a little bit like this,
Nice.
which
It's
is
so
scandalous
fierce.
because he gave that heart to his
Also,
wife as well.
Mhm.
Drama.
And the wife like kind of like, you know, it's
Yeah.
so good.
And then she
Work.
like looks at the other waiter, kind of like, "Thank you for letting me do my thing," and she
Yeah.
struts out.
And the owner of the other waiter, or like the owner of the restaurant, is Franklin, her student's dad.
yes. Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't put two and two together.
Yes,
Mm.
the nightmare kid. It's his dad.
Come on.
It's so good. Oh. And then we go back to George Lopez and Ashton Kutcher, and he's like so sad, and he's like, so what is your secret? Because you're so happily married. And he goes, I married my best friend.
Can you just cry?
I could. It's so magical.
Wow.
Aw.
That's it.
Okay, and then Bradley Cooper and Julia Roberts land.
Yes.
They land in LA. LAX, nightmare.
Brutal.
Yeah. And she can't get, like, a taxi will take too long, and, like, the shuttle will take too long. So he is so kind, and he gives her his car. He's like, go, go, go.
It's
Magical.
so sweet. Like, I wanted them to fall in love, but
Yeah.
obviously we find out why they would never.
Plot
But the
twist.
chemistry was so real
They're so
between
sweet.
that like friendship or stranger encounter that
Yeah.
at one point in the movie when I first saw it, I'm like, I want them to end up together.
They give us a switcheroo.
and then a plot twist
Yeah.
happens.
Aww. Oh, okay. And then we get to Anne Hathaway and Topher again.
Oh yeah.
They're at that dinner, and the tables being so close together stresses me out.
I hate that. You feel like you can't freely talk.
No.
Yeah.
And they're like grabbing each other's water.
It's
Mm-mm,
awful.
Nightmare.
Mm-mm.
Nightmare.
But
And
she's in that beautiful blue dress, and she looks gorgeous with the red lipstick.
Oh, she looks amazing.
But that blue dress is another like time capsule of
Yes.
2010.
Very, very that.
It's so true. And then doesn't she go outside and she like sits on the bench,
And she's
which
having the phone conversation.
yes, which is an iconic moment from Pretty Woman.
yes.
Where like Julia Roberts sits, and
Yes.
so there's so many little moments within Valentine's Day where there's actually
like Easter eggs.
yeah, locations, lines, things that
Mhm.
were exactly from other Gary Marshall movies.
It's so fierce.
So like, the brilliant. It's just brilliant.
Yeah.
I
It's
love
magical. So she's doing her thing.
Mhm.
And like Stanley. Oh,
that.
also,
Stanley.
why does her voice sound like that voice that we do?
Oh, I know. She was
when
like,
we talk
oh
like
my
this,
goodness.
she's like, oh, Stanley. And I was like,
I thought the same
oh
thing.
my God.
And then basically Topher walks out and is like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then
So
breaks up with her because she's poor, essentially.
also, she said, oh, Stanley, I'm going to need a mint julep after that one.
I'm like, that's me at Disneyland,
Yes.
like getting off of Big Thunder Mountain.
I just thought of.
Yeah.
I need a mint
And
julep.
he's like really rude.
yes.
I'm like, I feel like, yikes. Because she like tells him what she's doing, and
like-
he's so mean to her.
yeah.
What does he say? I'd give you a call, but I don't think I'd afford it.
And
That is mean.
she storms off
as
as, she
she
should.
should. She's just a girl trying to get her check.
Yeah.
Period. Oh, and then they go to the party.
Oh,
Which we already said our piece about the I Hate
We
Valentine's Day
did.
party.
We did.
Yes. And then Jennifer Gardner grabs that bat and goes to town on the piñata. And I said, no one can burn the world like a scorned woman.
That is true because one time I got scorned and I had a piñata right after and I beat it so hard.
I live.
So like
That's a really real moment for
I
you.
live.
let me tell you, there's nothing like having your heart completely broken by a really not good person and then having a piñata to hit.
Period.
I have it on video. It was a
I love
slop
that.
piñata.
Oh, the girls love their sloths.
We do.
True.
Aw.
So I don't know. I feel her.
Yeah, I respect it.
Okay, so then we go to the cemetery.
Yes.
And so they're at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, which I want to go to one of these things so bad.
I've done
seems
it. It's fun.
Yeah, they seem really cute. And Topher is there because he was gonna take Anne Hathaway, but obviously he was a dick, and she's no longer his date,
Yeah.
his Valentine. And Edgar's trying to get in, but he can't because he doesn't have a ticket. But then Topher gives him Anne Hathaway's ticket,
Perfect.
and it's magical because
Because his wife is
Shirley MacLaine.
Shirley MacLaine is the actress in the movie.
Mhm.
And he's all like, oh no, that's my wife. And then he's like, are
Yeah.
you being serious? And he's like, no, like that's my wife.
Yeah, and he's like, she's
He's
pretty
I
hot.
lo- yeah.
And he's like, she
he
still is.
Those
It's
lines are
really
what get me.
cute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then Shirley shows up and like
Yes.
professes her love in front of
Literally
everybody.
in like I would call it a Grandma Lucy
Yes, like,
entrance.
full- Grandma Lucy.
Any Alvarez girl entrance of the dramatics of it.
Oh yeah.
It is beyond.
In a fully like bedazzled chiffon.
It's magical.
in front of the entire screen, blocking it for all 1,000 people watching it
But it's
with
so
no
iconic
shame.
because it's her.
It's
Yes,
her.
work.
The people probably thought, like, if you were there, you probably thought, oh my gosh, a meet and greet that I didn't know was happening.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Like, yes, please.
Yes.
Magical.
And then they kiss and they make up. And he's like, I've
Yeah.
only ever loved you.
And
It's
she's
so
like, I've
beautiful.
only ever loved you.
Ah,
Aw,
the pretty girl
forgiveness.
is Grandma.
Yes.
Her.
And then we get we kind of get another little montage of all like the young love.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they play one of our favorite songs. Today was a fairy tale.
I wore a dress.
And
You wore a dark gray t-shirt.
Honestly,
live.
I sometimes wear dresses on first dates because if he shows up in a dark gray t-shirt, then like he's obviously the one, you know?
Aw, time slows down
That's how
whenever
you
you're
know.
around.
Couldn't you just cry?
I could.
But
I
it was
could and I
also-
do.
It was Taylor Swift getting out of the elevator and like grabbing her hair. Like it was like
It's so cute.
Young love.
It's so pure.
I
It
loved
is.
it.
Oh, and then we're back at we're back at Jessica Biel's party.
Yes.
And Daddy Warbucks is singing with the piano. Jamie Foxx.
Yes, Jamie
And
Foxx.
you guys, one of the women singing I Will Survive
Mhm.
was in Sound of Music with me. Jennifer Lee Warren.
way.
I
No
watched
way.
it and I was like, yes, she played Sister Bertha. She's in that TikTok of me and my friend Taiana and Ella
Uh-huh.
when that went viral of us dancing. She's one of the older nuns in the back. I screamed, you guys.
Wait, that's amazing.
I know. So shout out to Jennifer Lee Warren. Like she's an
go.
icon. She's worked in everything. Like
oh my gosh.
so magical. And I lost my shit when I saw her.
I
Wow.
love that.
Yeah, it like made me so giddy.
Oh, Sister
and
Bertha.
she's like there, like having the time of her life.
You better slay Sister
Yes.
Bertha.
And she's like,
That's cool.
she has a moment with like Jessica where she's like, I was like,
And they're singing I Will Survive. I
Mhm.
loved it.
it's so cute. So slay.
And then
Oh, the kid shows up because he
Yes.
finds out that this is where. Also, they let this kid run around LA by
Amok
himself.
at night.
I mean, they don't
on
let
a
him, but-
bicycle. How? You
Damn.
can't get anywhere in LA to bicycle, so
No.
like that's obviously
No.
movie magic.
Also, that kid would probably end up dead.
I know, poor little kid, but he got there
Aw.
safely and he tells Jennifer Gardner that you're my Valentine. And Jennifer Gardner was so sweet in the scene.
She let him down
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, she
She's like,
did.
it'll never work.
Yeah, she's like, I think, and he goes, is our age the problem? She goes, yeah, I think that might be
He's
it.
giving scary.
But it was very sweet. And he goes, and Jennifer's like, but I think there's someone that does really like you.
Yeah, the little girl
Mhm,
whose
so then-
parents own the restaurant.
Yes.
She's so cute too.
So
And then I love when he gives her the flowers and she opens and she's like, oh, and he's like, will you be my Valentine? And then they sit in silence and he goes, I don't really know what else to say. It was
It's so cute. Aww. Oh, and he says something about his iPod, and I'm like, yes, iPod.
yes, iPod.
Yes, iPod. Oh, and they do like a Bollywood number.
Yes.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
They look like they're having so much fun. I want to be at that
Yes.
party.
I
It's
know.
so cute. Oh, and then the movie's kind of like wrapping up a little
Yep, we get the montage moments. We get closure moments.
bit. Yes. We get Queen Latifah picking up the phone
Oh.
and like Stanley or someone calls from the phone
Yes.
separated and she's like, work.
Yeah, she gets her bag.
Yes. It's so good.
Anne Hathaway and Topher, they make up, and she's like, I just like something simple. And then a whole band comes in, and they're like
Oh,
kissing
yeah.
and hugging, and then Topher's like,
He's like,
"Just
"Get
go,
out,
just
get out,
go." It's just
so
so
good.
cute.
And then we get the reveal, the gay reveal.
Oh, yes,
Yep.
Bradley Cooper.
So Bradley Cooper and the dad from Euphoria, McDreamy, Eric Dane, they're in love.
This whole time.
This
so
whole
he could have
time.
never been with Julia Roberts.
No, and we slay.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was
That
her.
one I remember watching it in theaters and literally gasping
Yes.
because I did not see that
Oh,
coming
no.
whatsoever.
That was a plot twist. And then we get Jamie Foxx reporting on the
Oh,
news,
yes.
and I put in quotation marks. He said, Eric Dane popped the lock on the closet and came out, followed by, will house music be played in the locker room now? Which I screamed. Not house music.
What?
Will house music be played in the locker room?
Like, yeah, okay.
And then, it's like strut. They turn it into strut. Like I lost it. It's so good.
Oh, man.
Oh, and then he goes, I stand behind you. Metaphorically.
Yes.
the guy's like, oh my God. It's so funny. Oh, man.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, yeah. And then Anne, yeah, like you said.
Mhm.
And then Jennifer and Ashton.
Oh, finally the,
The
moment
best
we've been
friends to
waiting
lovers.
for.
Yeah.
But then they kiss. And then it's like, and then it's crickets.
It's awkward.
Yeah, and they're like, that was kind of awkward.
Yeah. And then they're kind of like, ooh. And then it flashes to Julia Roberts and her son.
Yes.
So we find out that the little boy the whole time was Julia Roberts' son.
So
beautiful.
The man that she was coming back home to was the little boy.
It's
So
really
sweet.
cute.
And he didn't know. He like wakes up because she like taps on him. He wakes up and he goes, "Mom," and then gives her the sweetest hug. It literally makes me want to cry.
It's
That's
so
so beautiful.
sweet.
Wow.
Oh, okay, and then we go back to
No, your Disney princess voice came on. And then they just gave the sweetest hug.
Okay. I'm being attacked by my sister on this podcast.
But then
But
we
then we
go
skip back
to Jennifer and Ashton.
Yeah, and then they're kind of like flirting. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Well, we didn't practice, whatever." And then he grabs her and kisses her
He's like,
again.
oh, really gets in there.
Ugh,
And it's
and
really
they're perfect. They should
magical.
have been together from the beginning, but watching the progression of it,
It's
it
so,
was
and
needed.
I feel they're like the heartbeat of the movie.
Yes.
They're
They
like the
are.
main, moment.
And then the
Yeah.
sexy narrator comes back and he goes, one of my favorite lines, and everyone wants to hear those 3 special words.
Let's
get
get
naked.
naked.
Yeah, I was gonna say a different line.
You were thinking, let's get it on.
And then we get bloopers, which are so
we
cute.
love bloopers.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
then we get the Pretty Woman reference.
Yes.
Yeah, because like Julie Roberts is like in the back of the car, and he's like, they're like passing Rodeo Drive, and
Yep.
she's like, oh, I was there once, and like
Big mistake.
big
Big
mistake.
mistake.
It's so cute, and that's Valentine's
And that's Valentine's Day.
Yay.
It's so magical.
It really is.
Aw.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah, what do you have to say about your favorite movie? Anything you want to say?
Wow, that's a deep question. I just love it.
Yeah.
Do you have tears in your eyes right now? My sister's eyes are teary.
She's misty.
Misty. It's just so pure.
It is. It's very
pure.
cute.
It leans into what it should lean into.
Very
which is
cheesy and
the
just
cheesy,
cute.
the love, the pink, the red. It's like they didn't just lean into Valentine's Day, they cannonballed in.
They
Yeah.
did.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, let's cannonball, baby.
Aw.
I love it.
So I love it.
I love it too. You know what I just watched
What?
on New Year's Eve? New
New
Year's
Year's
Eve.
Eve.
That one is
It's not the
interesting.
same.
It's not the same.
No, Valentine's Day just gets it right.
Yeah.
does.
And Ashton Kutcher is also in both.
Yes.
Mhm. Which he is with Lea Michele in that one, which
I
is kind of a
know.
kooky choice.
Crazy.
Cannonball, her song, Full Circle. Have you heard that song?
No.
It's really
No,
bad. She has a song
no.
called Cannonball.
Oh, well, she can't read,
Yikes.
so.
Yeah, she can't read.
We love you.
Oh.
Thanks for being on our episode.
Thank you for joining us.
You. It was an honor.
Aw.
I loved it.
This one was for you, Garry Marshall.
It
Yeah,
was.
this
We
one's
love
for
you,
you.
Gary.
Aw.
We love
Gary.
you, Hector.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hector. I love
And
that.
we love you, Taylor.
We love-
Taylor
if we-
Swift. We love you.
We love you, Taylor.
Yeah, I really loved a lot of people in that
I
cast.
just
It's
loved
iconic.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
The casting for this movie really popped off.
so good.
they really did. They
Yeah.
just did it right. I pray we get another movie like Valentine's Day, but if we never do, we
That's
at
okay.
least have Valentine's Day. That will
Aw.
forever live on as the purest movie.
The purest
that the
time
world needed.
capsule
Yep.
Yeah.
of 2010.
Come on.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
well, work.
love.
Thank you for
Yes.
joining us.
Thank you.
We gotta go get our Love Potion 31.
We do because
Yeah.
it's February 1st
Yes.
as we're
Oh,
filming this.
yes.
Yeah.
Welcome to Love Month.
Love Month, friends. All right, Maddie, do you
purr.
want to tell us what we're doing next week?
Yes, so next week we're going to be joined by another guest, my dear friend Christiana Shaw, but we call her Crispy. And we're going to be watching her favorite movie, 13 Going on 30.
Another
Jennifer Garner.
moment.
Perfect.
Work. And it's going to be so much fun.
So watch 13 going on 30.
Watch 13 Going on 30, which we live.
Yes.
Razzles, come on.
Uh,
Mark Ruffalo, you're lying.
yeah, so that's going to be a good one.
Oh.
So joining us.
Also, we are like asking everyone to tell us what their favorite rom-coms is for the last episode of February. So like if you haven't already, go to our Instagram
Yes.
and let us know. We're gonna eventually do like a poll.
Mhm.
And y'all will get to choose our last one. It's a choose your own adventure.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
But it can't be obviously Valentine's Day. Set it up. Or 13 going on 30. So if you put that there, pick something else.
But thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
Like, comment, subscribe,
Follow.
follow. Give
Watch
us
us on
5
YouTube.
stars on everything you can.
Period. Give us 5 stars on everything you can. Boo, boo, boo.
And we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Ari.
Thanks.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's
Valentine's
Day.
Day.
Go get yourself some ice cream and chocolate and love yourself and everyone around you.
Come on.
Period.
And that's on period.
Aw. Slay.